how he's blessing America.
In a word, freedom is ever new. It is a challenge held out to each generation, and it must constantly be won over for the cause of good.
Pope Benedict concluded his address by saying,
As I begin my visit to the United States, I express once more my gratitude for your invitation, my joy to be in your midst, and my fervent prayers that Almighty God will confirm this nation and its people in the ways of justice, prosperity, and peace. God bless America.
Following the address, Pope Benedict was treated to a rendition of Happy Birthday, after which he and President Bush met privately for about 45 minutes.
Now, what is the result of the Pope's visit to America? Just listen to this clip. Almost all religions submit themselves to the Antichrist at this occasion when the Pope visited America.
Your Holiness, may I present Archbishop Kayan Barsamian, Primate of the Eastern Diocese of the Armenian Church in America.
According to ecumenical protocol, the Eastern Orthodox would be first in order, as they are, of course, first in priority in the Catholic Church's ecumenical responsibility.
Your Holiness, may I present Archbishop Yichen Akachi, the legate and ecumenical officer of the Eastern Diocese of the Armenian Church in America and president of the National Council of Churches in the United States. Holiness, may I present Reverend Dr. Donald McCoy, representing the presiding Bishop Mark Hansen of the Evangelical Lutheran Church in America. Holiness, may I present Bishop Jeremiah J. Park, Bishop of the New York Annual Conference of the United Methodist Church. Your Holiness, may I present Reverend Wesley Granberg Michelson, the General Secretary of the Reformed Church in America. Your Holiness, may I present Reverend Dr. Clifton Kirkpatrick, the stated clerk of the General Assembly of the Presbyterian Church in the United States. Your Holiness, may I present Reverend Dr. William J. Shaw, President of the National Baptist Convention, United States. Your Holiness, may I present Bishop James Leggett, General Superintendent of the International Pentecost Holiness Church. Your Holiness, may I present Dr. Leith Anderson, President of the National Association of Evangelicals. Your Holiness, may I present Bishop David H. Benke, President of the Atlantic District of the Lutheran Church, Missouri Synod. Your Holiness, may I present Reverend Dr. A.R. Bernard Sr., President of the Council of Churches of the City of New York. Your Holiness, may I present Elder Bernice King, daughter of the civil rights leaders Martin Luther King Jr. and Coretta Scott King. Your Holiness, may I present Reverend Jimmy Song Jilim, Executive Director of the Council of Churches of the City of New York. Your Holiness, may I present the Right Reverend Mark Sisk, Bishop of the Episcopal Diocese of New York.
My friend, incredible. All the religions, especially Protestants, are coming together. They are bowing before the Pope. Just as the Bible predicted, the religions are coming together, and America is the subtle influence. And this happened in America, my friend. And what did the US President say about the Antichrist?
You know, the excitement was just palpable. The streets were lined with people that were so thrilled that the Holy Father was here. And it was such a privilege to welcome this good man to the United States. For those of you on the South Lawn ceremony, who saw the South Lawn ceremony live, it was unbelievable. It was just such a special moment. And it was a special moment to be able to visit with the Holy Father in the Oval Office. He is a humble servant of God. He is a brilliant professor. He is a warm and generous soul. He is courageous in the defense of fundamental truths. His Holiness believes that freedom is the Almighty's gift to every man, woman, and child on earth. He understands that every person has value. Or to use his words, each of us is willed, each of us is loved, and each of us is necessary.
Did you hear? He said he's a humble servant of God. Here is the current president of Obama. He's graduating here from a Roman Catholic university. My friend, incredible. Here is Obama visiting the Antichrist in the Vatican. Just look at this clip where he bows before the Pope and with his wife dressed just like a nun.
Benedict XVI received President Barack Obama in the Vatican's Apostolic Palace. After a brief meeting with Cardinal Tarcisio Bertone, Obama was escorted by Swiss guards to the Pope's library.
It's a great honor for me. Thank you so much.
During the 40-minute meeting behind closed doors, President Obama told the Pope that the G8 summit talks held in L'Aquila, Italy were, quote, very productive, and said they would commit $20 billion to fighting world hunger. They also touched on issues like drug trafficking, the peace process in the Middle East, and development aid for Africa and Latin America. In the traditional exchange of gifts, Benedict presented Obama and his wife Michelle with a mosaic of St. Peter's Square and signed copies of his new encyclical, Charity and Truth, which Obama said he'd read on the plane, and the Vatican instruction, Dignitas Personae, dedicated to bioethics. In return, Obama gave the Pope a stole that's a relic of St. John Newman, the first American citizen who became a saint. Upon saying their goodbyes, Obama told the Pope he hoped relations between the Vatican and the United States continue to strengthen.
Incredible.
Thank you. God bless you.
My friend, what is happening? What is happening? The Bible is predicting a structure where America will force the world and unite the world. And we see it currently with all the religions. It's also currently present in the political world. And this structure they are calling the New World Order. A new world structure with a Pope in control. Yes, the New World Order will be started by America and the other countries will then follow. Just listen to this clips of George Bush Sr. that predicted that the New World Order is about to start to emerge. He predicted it in 1989, 1990 and 1991. Just listen here.
President George Bush has talked time and time again about a new world order. And this is the best chance to begin to establish the new world order.
What is at stake is more than one small country. It is a big idea, a new world order. Out of these troubled times, our fifth objective, a new world order, can emerge. Now we can see a new world coming into view. A world in which there is the very real prospect of a new world order.
Amazing. Listen now to what Bill Clinton said.
There is no longer a clear division between what is foreign and what is domestic. The world economy, the world environment, the world AIDS crisis, the world arms race, they affect us all. Today, as an old order passes, the new world is more free but less stable. Communism's collapse has called forth old animosities and new dangers. Clearly, America must continue to lead the world we did so much to make. While America rebuilds at home, we will not shrink from the challenges nor fail to seize the opportunities of this new world.
A new world order, a new world order. Now, my friend, here's some articles. Pope calls for a new world order. Who's calling for a new world order? The Pope, not somebody else. You see, he's the leader of the world. And America is using their power to push the Pope as the leader of the world. Brown wants a new world order. Brown and Cameron outlines rival green visions. New world order to save Earth. Even in England. Then in Russia. Russia's new world order. Russia, Iraq call for fair new world order. All the countries of the world is now calling for a new world order. They got their orders from the Pope, from America. Now everyone is speaking about the new world order. A new structure must be put in place where the Pope is the head and the rest of the world must obey. My friend, even here in Africa, Mbeki calls for new world order. Mbeki calls for new world order. My friend Trevor Manuel calls for new order. Even in the East, push for new world order. And the President of the United States, Obama's new world order. Whose new order? Obama's. So here's two things. Everyone is calling for a new world order, but two powers claims this order as their own. The Pope, the Antichrist, and the USA, Obama. Interesting. Barack Obama's new world order. The G20 order spending to usher in a new world order. You see, my friend, what did they do? They worked to crash the financial system of the world. And then they met in London with a G20 summit to put into place some system to rescue the world of financial downfall. My friend, what did they do? They ushered in a new world order. Just listen to this clip and how excellent they did this. Listen to Gordon Brown announcing this new world order at this G20 summit in London.
A few years ago, meetings such as this could not have happened with so many different countries from diverse continents involved. Far less could there have been an agreement amongst them. But today, the largest countries of the world have agreed a global plan for recovery and reform. This involves the biggest interest rate cuts in history, the biggest fiscal stimulus we have ever seen, the biggest increase in resources in the history of our international institutions, with 250 billion, more money than ever before for trade finance as well. For the first time, we have a common approach round the world to cleaning up banks' balance sheets and restoring lending. We are engaging in a deep process of reform and restructuring of our international financial system for now and for the future. And we have maintained our commitment to help the world's poorest, and we have put more money aside for that and also for a green recovery. These are not just a single collection of actions. This is collective action, people working together at their best. I think a new world order is emerging, and with it the foundations of a new and progressive era of international cooperation.